fam? How you doing? Jujubear here. Welcome back to the channel. Now today I've got a 2v2. It's the last of 3 that I played with Bobby. Now we've got the AREVACI and the NERVII up against Sparta and Athens. So pretty interesting factions. Sparta's probably the strongest faction out of all these that I could foresee. I mean, NERVII can be quite good in the right hands. We'll see if Bobby can handle himself. He does seem to be quite capable with all the other factions, so no doubt he's going to do pretty well with this build. Now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Levy Freemen at the front, Celtic Warriors, 4 of them behind them, 2 Oathsworn on the flank, 2 Mighty Horse, 3 Germanic Scout Riders in the center. It looks like 2 Mighty Horse out in that flank and 2 Oathsworn as well. So it looks like he's hoping to win the flanks with his Oathsworn and his Mighty Horse and maybe hold in the center. Yeah, possibly. Now what I've brought is 3 Balearic Slings at the front. I've got 4 Iberian Swords, 2 Celt-Iberian Cav, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Scutari Cav, 2 Scutari Spearmen, and 2 Noble Fighters bringing up the rear. Lots of half decent swords, nothing heaps special. I mean, the Noble Fighters are pretty good. Up against something like a Royal Spartan, they wouldn't win, but what I'm hoping to do is use my numbers and kind of hold them in reserve and pick my targets and battles accordingly. So we're going to form up in one big line. Let's just cover the enemy army over here. So we've got Gorgos skirmishers at the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. No. 4 of those and 1 Perioikoi Peltas. So we got 2 of them actually, 1 on each flank. Perioikoi spears. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. 2 on each flank. Looks like a line of... Oh, you know what? I'm going to wait until they get into an organized formation before I lie to you guys. We've got 1, 2, 3 Thorea spears up the front. Looks like a line of thorax swordsmen. 1, 2, 3, 4. Up the back we got hoplites, picked hoplites, Thoreus hoplites, all the hoplites. Interesting to see no thorax hoplites though. That's kind of like their strength, right? Playing as the Athenians. Anyway. So it looks like we've got Spartan hoplites and Royal Spartan, looks like 2 Royal Spartans, 1 Heroes of Sparta, 4 Spartan hoplites, 2 on each flank, and 3 Perioikoi pikemen in the center. If I can make sure that I don't engage these Perioikoi pikemen head on, then I should be sitting pretty nice. There's not a whole lot of cav for anyone. I mean, I've got 2 Celt-Iberian cav. Bobby's got a lot of these Mighty Horse, but these guys don't really have anything. They've got 2 Citizen cav. That's it. So if he's going to try and defend his skirmishers, he's going to have a rough time doing it. And I suppose it doesn't really matter because these Gorgos skirmishers, they're pretty cheap. Not too expensive at all. I didn't realize these guys had rapid fire. Or was it rapid reload, sorry. So what we're doing, Bobby's organizing himself at an angle. I think we're going to try and take out the Athenian first, but it looks like they're going to wrap around and engage me head on. So the Spartan's going to kind of make himself a new line that he can face me with. Let's just put it on forward for a second. Now I've got these Celtic-Iberian cavalry in the center, just to avoid like a frontal YOLO charge from any cav that the enemy might bring. Fortunately, they didn't bring anything, so I'm probably going to be able to use these units to get around the flank and kind of cause problems with the enemy skirmishers. Now, I did a woeful job with my skirmishing in this match. Really bad. My Balearic Slingers were just getting destroyed. I kept on, whenever I clicked attack orders, they would always reform. Like, I don't know if you guys saw just then, I clicked an attack order on this unit, then my unit just kind of walked over here and repositioned themselves in this situation here. So that's happened a couple of times during this little skirmishing battle. It's really frustrating trying to get them to like do it properly. I don't know, I'm just losing a lot of very expensive skirmishes at this point. So I've already lost 1. So at this point I'm getting fed up. I'm going to have to get my Iberian Cav. I'm just trying to push them back, but it looks like he's not... Yeah, he's got skirmish mode turned off, so it's not going to work out too well for me. I'm returning fire, but I'm going to have to pull them back at some point because we got these Spartan Hoplites and Royal Spartans inbound. So the best I can kind of hope for at this point is to feign charges. So what that means is I'm going to have one unit kind of situated up the front. I'm going to pretend to give them an option to charge at. So it looks like these Royal Spartans are charging at the Iberian Swordsman, and I'm going to use different units to charge into them. And it looks like they've had their charge interrupt at this point, so this is exactly what I'm going to try to do throughout the rest of the battle. These Iberian Swordsmen have a lot of javelins, and that's going to work out quite nicely for me. So they can kind of fire javelins, and while the enemy unit tries to engage, I'll send in my second line of Scutari and engage them and take away their charge. The Hoplites don't have the... I mean, 26 charge bonus ain't too bad for a Hoplite. I guess my Scutari only have a charge bonus of 21. But what that means is his Spartan Hoplites don't even get a charge. And I can get into combat with precursors, javelins, applied and all. So, kind of like a good deal for me. I don't mind doing that kind of thing. I got my Balearic Slingers kind of trained in on these, I think I was targeting the pikemen at this point, which is probably the right target. I mean, I don't want to have to deal with them later on in the match. He could very easily just pike box with those three. These Perioiko Spears are taking a hail of javelins at this point. But yeah, you'll probably see I'm doing the same thing over there with the Scutari. He almost manages to catch my Iberian Sword, but I'm going to get a nice charge with my Scutari. This would probably work a lot better with noble fighters. I mean, if I were to like withdraw my my Iberian Swords and send in noble fighters, because I have a pretty decent charge bonus those units. These Iberian Swordsmen have got a nice angle here, shooting into the flank of these Spartan Hoplites. Mind you, it is their shielded flanks, so probably not going to work out heaps well. I'm going to have to engage with my noble fighters because I don't want them taking too much fire from the Gorgos skirmishers. And I have my Celto-Iberian Cav around the flank, and I'm getting ready for a charge in here to get rid of enemy skirmishers. So my Scutari are starting to fail, though luckily I have a lot of units in reserve getting ready to send in. Iberian Swordsman again, getting ready for a nice charge, and you can see my Celto-Iberians here have a lot of targets that they can choose from. I'm just trying to gauge whether my opponent's paying attention or not, and it looks like I've got a pretty good opportunity to hit them. Now these Gorgos skirmishers are very cheap. I'm not really going to be heaps chuffed about getting heaps of kills, but I'm going to try and take out as many of these Gorgos skirmishers as I can before he pulls me down inevitably. So I managed to finish off 2 over there and 1 over here. That's good enough for me. And I'm going to get a nice charge and rear charge into these Royal Spartans here. Over in the center, where are these Royal Spartans? There's one here at 82 men, and one over here at 73 men. So they're definitely the ones that I have to look out for. Them and the pikemen. If I'm doing this kind of thing, like just leaving a Scutari on the sharp end of a Perioiko pikeman, it's game over. I'm going to lose a lot more units than I need to. Fuck, this guy's getting awesome shots into my rear. This Peltas just wrecking my my noble fighter there within a matter of a couple of volleys. So really nice angle he managed to pull on me there. Good job. Iberian Swordsman flanking this Royal Spartan. Not really going to do too much killing. I'll leave that to the noble fighter. Scutari going to come around the rear, maybe get into the back of some pikes. So it's looking pretty close at this point. Here is a Sparta. They've got all their men left. They're going to be a very serious threat to me. I've changed aim of my Balearic Slingers, and I'm going to start firing into these heroes of Sparta, and I pulled across the Iberian Swordsman as well to hopefully get some nice shots in there as well. Celto-Iberian Cav just being a bit of a nuisance. He is going to fire on me with these Peltas and spears, so I'm going to have to pull out of that engagement. Very slowly chewing these Royal Spartans down. I'm going to have to pull out of this engagement because I want to make sure that I can keep these heroes of Spartas out of the fight. But it looked like he was closing in with his Perioiko pikemen. I didn't want to leave a unit just sitting around to be hit by them. So wherever I can, I'm trying to get around these pikes and attack them in the rear. It looks like my Iberian swordsmen were caught on the edge of this Royal Spartan, managing to finishing off the other one. That's very significant, this fight and how it went there. 142 kills in that one noble fighter. And it looks like we've got a very nice vantage of the heroes of Sparta here. Iberian swordsmen attacking from one flank, and then Balearic slingers getting some very nice rear shots into the back of this unit here. Angles, man. I'm such a wanker. Like, I think that I know all the secrets. But it's true though, like if you get one unit fighting in one direction and then attack them from a different direction with a skirmisher, it just makes sense. Like, it's not friggin' rocket science. So Royal Spartan could pretty much beast out the rest of these engagements by itself, to be honest. And he's got another pikeman here to assist. This Iberian swordsman getting destroyed by the heroes of Sparta, but I've got a noble fighter coming in here. This unit has been pretty useful in this fight so far, in dealing with heavily armored Spartan units. Again, Bobby's wrapped up the other player, and he's got a lot of his army left actually. Very impressive stuff. And it looks like I'm able to deal with the rest of these Spartans as well. Very close though. A couple more minutes, and without the help of some of these tactics, I probably wouldn't have won this match. What have we got left? One parry, spear, Spartan hoplites, and a here's a Sparta general. Let's just put this on forward. See how the rest of the battle goes. But yeah, Bobby, you can see that he's kind of like he knows what he's doing with the AREVACI build here, or the NERVII build here. A lot of kills in the Earthsworn, so obviously he was winning out in the flanks and kind of collapsing upon his opponent. And a lot of kills in those Germanic scout riders as well. It must have been taking care of a lot of skirmishes, that kind of thing. The Athenian not doing too well with any of his units. The picked hoplites got a couple of kills, I suppose, but not as much as you would be hoping for a unit that costs 1300 talents. My Cav doing okay. The noble fighters are really where it was at. This unit getting 185 kills. Most of those were on fairly highly expensive units, such as the friggin' Royal Spartans and Heroes of Sparta. So these guys are friggin' intense. They're so good. Their stats are amazing. Very hard to bring down in battle. But Scutari doing okay. That tactic of, you know, holding one Iberian swordsman back and then countercharging with the Scutari seemed to work out a couple of times in that battle for me, and it made sure that I was able to defeat a couple of his units pretty handily. But yeah, very close in the end. Pyrrhic actually. So thanks Bobby for the game. Thanks boys. These guys were very good sports, excellent at what they do. And that is 3 of 3. We'll see you guys next time on the channel. This is Jujubear signing out. Peace.